Hello. Today we're going to talk about baians. They are two philosophers, the basic elements of the universe and anything we absorb or can concentrate on or feel or visualize. In other words, everything is made of baians. Now, what are they? Well, science, as you know, wants to limit itself to that which it can verify, especially twice. And then it understands the relationship of what it's dealing with. With philosophy, we have to use our thinking, our abilities to connect ideas and processes that, if they work together, form a synthesis that leads to an understanding of what's going on beyond what science can touch. And it's a lot, in fact, just about everything is going beyond what our life is about. So baians are a meeting of thought and matter. Thought being more than just ideas, but the spirit of life that goes on through matter, and it is complete, the only complete thing. Matter is not complete. Matter could be bye-bye and not there anymore. We'll talk about that too with baians. So, what are baians? Well, we start that there's thought and matter. We mentioned already in an earlier episode that matter, we don't want to believe it is something, it's like mass itself that just exists independently, can be here, can not be here. That is something the mind cannot grip or find possibilities involved there. So after a lot of thinking, my belief, and it's only a belief, is that thought was adjusted to form these baians, which have a life of their own, and they have a tumultuous time and a quiet time, peaceful time, and then they can be here and they cannot be here. Confusing as that sounds. So, in what I call the realm, Christians and others would call it heaven, but there are two distinct, different concepts, definitely, and should not be confused. I use the word realm 90% of the time, Elysium, heaven, in my estimation, in that estimation, and is acceptable. That's the thought. Matter is what we deal with, and it completes our life. We are matter. We feel matter. We exist through it. And if it wasn't here, we wouldn't be here because we are children of matter, thanks to the doings of thought. So matter by itself doesn't exist. It had to be conceived of in the realm. There was a reason, and I kind of will discuss that at some time, and it developed that that reason was good enough to create bionts, which it's hard to define them, but it's thought like a defective thought missing something and causing matter. Ugh. And it's a slow process that once it's rolling due to a form that is yet to be understood, but there is a process that it develops and makes the universe with now us in. But once upon a time, there was no humans there. The creation of mass, it was very violent, a horrible clashing. The Mayans were enemies of their neighbor and trying to get ascendancy. So we had these horrible early experiences in the universe. But thought, hiding underneath, was always in charge and decided to await and go through these tumultuous times, and then, for some reason yet to be thought about, the Mayans met their apex and are now coasting to return to the universe, which they're doing. A lot can be discussed there, and we will follow this up.